What's up, dudes? Coming back at you with another free-to-play game. Today we're playing the WESTPORT Independent. The story has you playing an independent newspaper journalist in a war-torn country, and you have the ability to censor stories, alter them in certain ways, and the stories that you choose to censor affect the story in different ways. So basically it's fake news simulator. But yeah, let's hop right into it, see what it's all about. Was the Public Culture Bill comes into force the 16th of May, 1949. Will improve the quality of independent media outlets. Guidelines for independent media. Guidelines for independent media outlets to follow. Mandatory for independent media outlets to join the Loyalist News and Media Association. What is responsibility until the bill comes into force? Do not print deceitful content that may harm the appearance of our country. Do not print deceitful content that may harm the appearance of the Loyalist government. Do not print deceitful content that may harm the appearance of the president. And do not harm deceitful content that may glorify the acts of rebels or other criminals. Do print content that strengthens loyalty towards the government. Do print content that inspires morality in the public. And do print content that hardens propriety in our society. Select an article and drag it onto your desk. Read through it and edit out improper content. Make sure your article's headlines are proper. Finished articles are to be given to your journalists so they can transcribe them. You've got mail. Alright. Dear editor, Phil has been putting up more loyalist propaganda in the office. You know I can't stand this shit, so I decided to pull it down. It should be on your desk together with this note. Loyalty, morality, and propriety. These are the basis of a civilized society. Censoring. One of the game's main mechanics is censoring articles. You do this by clicking on paragraphs that seem inappropriate. When censored, that content won't be shown to the public and will affect neither their opinion nor the government's suspicion of you. You can also change the headline by clicking on it. Different headlines can change the portrayal of an article. Welcome to the extraordinary, amazing, soon-to-be Game of the Year winner, the WESTPORT Independent. That's a little optimistic, but I'm glad they have confidence. Article number 2. Employees. When you've censored an article, it needs to be transcribed. To do this, put it in one of the name folders to the bottom right. The employees all have different opinions, and they'll be discussing how you run your paper. They also have their lives to protect, so don't blame them if they don't wish to follow you into death. So there's some real stakes here. Loyalist government pursues harsher actions against suspected rebels. Loyalist government pursues harsher actions against suspected rebels. A new reform has passed that will hasten the arrest of rebel supporters. The reform consists of exceptions in various privacy laws allowing police to expedite search warrants. Most of these exceptions apply to ex-criminals with relations to the rebels. However, some exceptions also apply to civilians who have expressed disloyal opinions against the government. How do I want to play this game? I kind of want to cause some chaos, so we're going to stir up a ruckus. Loyalist government attacks the privacy of civilians. How do I get people fired up? A new reform is passed that will hasten the arrest of rebel supporters. We're going to take that part out. They don't need to know what the reform is about. Most of these exceptions apply to ex-criminals with relations to rebels. The Public Culture Bill has been passed. Public Culture Bill has been passed. The Public Culture Bill that the government presented last year has today been passed. The purpose of this new bill is to stop the creation and distribution of incorrect and improper content. It will force independent media outlets to either shut down or join the new government-funded union called the Loyalist News and Media Association. Let's take that part out. That's too wordy. These people are brain rotted. They need short, concise, straight to the point. New bill has been passed, forces independent media outlets to shut down. Nah, gotta be more punchy than that. For how it was fine. And we'll take this first part out. Just the purpose of the new bill is to stop the creation. That's all they need to know. Let's take a look at this one again. Yeah. Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll make the news very short and to the point. Public culture bill. And has a more loyalist. Frank is more a rebel. Phil is more of a loyalist, and Julie is more of a rebel. So this one was... No, it's kind of just stating what happens. It's not really like as much of an opinion. Let's give it to Julie. She'll write it. Let's give this one to Frank. He's a rebel. This will stir up some chaos. That's what we want to do. Send to the print. You haven't given every employee an article to write this week. This will affect the content of your paper, which in turn will affect how many papers. So I guess I had to give people the tutorial articles. Alright. I'll just dish these out to randomly. Send to the print. Alert the press. Extra, extra. Read all about it. 11 weeks left. So we have 11 weeks to cause some chaos. Or maybe 12. Last week's sales, northern suburbs, western districts, eastern factories, southern docks. I guess everyone's leaning towards loyalist. Does my newspaper change their opinion, I guess? That would make sense. And the popularity, I'm guessing that means that's our popularity with these districts. Okay, if I just, waited a damn second, the game would have told me. This bar illustrates your sales. Okay, I got that part. The container represents the people of this district. The light bar illustrates how many of these papers that were sold. The more you sell, the more popular you get. The more popular you get, the more papers you can distribute. People's opinion will affect your sales. Likewise, a well-selling paper will also affect the people's opinion. People's political opinion. Oh, so we steered them more towards loyalists. Loyalist suspicion of you. Oh, -6. -6 isn't they trust me? I guess so. Your paper's total popularity. Alright, we're gaining some traction. Good to see. Oh, I got mail. There's nothing more heartbreaking than a misguided public. In a world controlled by the media, the loyalist government will stop at nothing to protect the people from frivolous lies and irresponsible gossip. The public culture bill is for your protection. Oh, we got a stack of articles today. Let's take it from the top. Ramaville Industries moves branch's headquarters to Westport. Oh, no, I can already tell. It's too wordy. We need punchy, straight to the point. Ramaville Industries branch company, the Rail Corp, has announced their intentions to move their headquarters to Westport. Ramaville claims the move to be the starting point of the industrial giant's plan to localizing their business to the city. The company further expects this to create a new upswing of jobs in Westport. We'll get rid of that. The headline already says that. So I guess I can only publish 4 articles per week. So I gotta be very picky about what I want to send out. Customs fight back against contraband. Customs fight back against contraband. Government stops imported movies. What? A huge number of imported movies were seized by customs official last night. The movies in question were all foreign productions that have never made it to Westport's movie market. Many of the movies are labeled as subversive propaganda by the government. Smuggling is smuggling. These items are illegal for a reason. Alright, I'm not for this. They can't stop the importation of movies. Movies are for the people. It's art. Totally against this. Alright, we're definitely gonna publish this one. We'll give it a Frank. Students protest against police brutality. Students protest against police brutality. Rebels take college campus hostage. Chaos ensued this morning as protests at one of the city's public colleges turned violent. It began as a large crowd occupied the gymnasium, shouting rebel slogans. Protesters were part of a local student group protesting recent police brutality. This will surely drum up some chaos. Ramaville Industries steel mill implicated in terrorism charges. Ooh, that sounds juicy. Industry giant funding terrorism. Romaville Industries sells bombs to rebels. Now, I know I'm going to go against my punchy, concise mantra, but this headline right here, it's a winner. It's going to get some sales and put money in our pocket. Romaville Industries are facing new issues, this time implications of terrorism. The investigation into the recent bombings found traces of material from Romaville-owned factories. Romaville have denied this, stating that they have no affiliation with any rebel group. Our company cannot take responsibility for single individuals. Oh, so they're denying accountability. That's rich. New youth group founded to educate the nation's children. Loyalists attempt to indoctrinate the nation's youth. Yesterday, the government announced the formation of a new youth group titled Loyalist Youth. The goal is to offer fun and educational activities for inner-city children, such as hiking and camping. Children will also be taught Loyalist values and earn ranks based on their knowledge and behavior. So we'll just get rid of the part where they're talking about the kids having fun. Let's see, we'll give this to Phil. Come on, Phil. Phil's really not taking one for the team. What about Ann? Ann's a team player. There we go. Oh my god, Phil. What about Julie? See, Julie's a team player. Will Phil take this one? He will take that one. Alright, those are the 4 I want to publish. What's this one? Move branches to Westport? Yeah, who cares about Romaville? Big corporation, who cares? Week 2, 10 weeks left. Oh, okay. We're kind of moving the needle in the southern docks. They're already they're 50-50 right now. That's where we're most popular. Looks like the northern suburbs don't want none of us. Cool beans. People's political opinions, so we're stirring up the rebels. The little marker ticked close to the rebels. Oh, now the loyals are onto us a little bit, +4. And your paper's total popularity. We're gaining popularity. Not as much as last week. What's this? Dear editor, as you're probably aware by now, when we were finally able to stop the notorious Northern Herald from spreading their lies to the public, we were also forced to shut down their affiliated marketing agency. As it so happens, your paper, the Westport Independent, uses the same agency. This means that from now on, you'll have to take care of advertising yourselves. Price of root vegetables is expected to rise this year. Harsher economic crisis ensues as the price for food skyrockets. A recent report projects a stark increase in the price of root vegetables this year. It claims that with last year's poor crops and this year's drought, a scarcity of root vegetables is expected this year as well. This is also expected to increase the demand for other foods, affecting those prices as well. So we'll cut out that middle part. We'll leave that one on the table maybe. Fewer beggars than ever, claim new statistic. Policemen improve public appearance by assaulting beggars. What? New statistics show that the number of street beggars is lower than ever. These numbers correlate with the police being granted free rein over matters regarding public appearances. Witnesses have reported seeing officers harassing beggars until they either fled or were arrested. Alright, I think censoring this will get people all riled up. Let's see. Let's have Phil. Oh, come on, Phil. Phil never wants to write. Let's have Anne doesn't want to write it either. What am I paying you guys for? I know Frank will do it. Movie star writes biography, calls it My Lonely Place in Greatness. Star leaves movies to pursue writing. Yeah, it's a lot quicker to the point than whatever this is. Renowned movie star Harold Finn today announced his upcoming autobiography, titled My Lonely Place in Greatness. It will chronicle Finn's journey towards stardom. We'll get rid of these 2 parts. This should be something Phil wants to write. New plans to add fluoride to drinking water. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Department of Sanitation announced today its intention to add fluoride to the water supply. As research on fluoridation is still ongoing, this would make Westport one of the few places to adopt it in the world. People don't need to know that. This is a worldwide thing. Alright, we're definitely going to publish that. Let's get Ann to write it. Movie theaters shut down by government. Whoa! What's with the crackdown on movies in this game? Last night a cinema in the Western District was shut down following a police raid. According to police, the theater was the center of a smuggling ring containing a large supply of illegal goods. The goods were a collection of foreign films used by projectionists for private screenings. This is unacceptable. The people must know. So we get to choose how the newspaper is going to look. That's pretty cool. Let's have the movie theater, the first one. Entertainment news. That's what the people want. Let's put this one there. So it'll go movie theater raid, fluoride in the water, celebrity news, and then policemen and the war on the homeless. Drag slider, the change in marketing focus between different districts. Okay, so the northern likes industrial and celebrity news. The western likes celebrity and crime. The eastern district likes industrial and societal. And the southern docks like societal and crime. So the southern docks were pretty popular in, so we're going to do 33% there. And then we'll just even these two out. I'm cool with that. Okay. So really popular in the southern docks and the eastern factories. The northern suburbs, they don't really like us that much. That's okay. Uh-oh. The loyalists are onto us. And we're getting people more oriented towards the rebels. We got mail from the loyalists. I can't imagine this will be good news. One of your employees, Frank, has recently written quite a few questionable articles for your paper. We expect you to show your people proper discipline in order to prevent events such as these, especially since the regarded employee has a history of disloyal behavior. Oh, Frank. Removal industry lays off 400 employees, takes out financial issues on its employees. Today, industrial giants laid off 400 of its employees. Personnel cuts are the result of a bad financial year. We're sad to see so many great people go. No, you're not. Yeah, they're not sad. They're just happy to be making some budget cuts. When asked if the company's management has taken any pay cuts in light of recent... let's frame this article so we can just shit on this corporation. That'd be funny. Anarchy postpones elections. Ooh, it sounds juicy. Loyalists cancel democracy. That's funny. Government announced today that the upcoming June elections will be postponed. The stated reason is security measures following the recent increase in acts of terror occurring in the city. Let's get rid of those last two parts. Movie star caught driving drunk claims he was tired. Harold Finn. And this guy's a mess. Are we catapulting the destruction of Harold Finn, this poor movie star? That'd be kind of funny. Chronicleize his descent, his fall from grace. Was caught driving under the influence. When apprehended, the star claimed to have been tired after spending the night with a female acquaintance. Oh, sure, buddy. Just had to mention that in there. Had to sprinkle that in, that tiny little detail. Alright, Frank, it sounds like a good article for you to write. Keeps you out of the spotlight. Ramaval outsources to underdeveloped countries. A recent report claims that industrial giant Ramaval has outsourced almost all their production overseas. This is juicy content. Phil, you can write that. Cartoonists are arrested for slander. Government arrests man for cartoon. Cartoon artist for the Great Western Inquirer was today arrested and is currently awaiting trial. Details of the charges are unclear, but include slander and producing treasonous material. We'll keep the article as it is, or we'll keep the headline like that. Get rid of this last part. If I want to talk about the corporation being scummy. Yeah, I want this corporation to be the top of the order. Then throw in a little celebrity news. Then talk about the elections. Yeah. So we're really teetering towards the northern suburbs. This might not be the best idea. 10% to the rest of these Let's publish it. As expected, we focused a lot on these two districts, so we got a lot of results there. Got the loyalists off our back a little bit. We lost a little bit of favorability. No bueno, we don't like that. I've left to support the workers at Romaville Industries. I'll be back on Monday. Signed, Frank. What? Did he put in some PTO? And just leave a note? I think that's enough. I didn't write up on this. Frank, you're so freaking fired. Rebels assault Paperboy. Burn new shipment. I'm sure we can spin this. People fight back against censorship and lies. Yeah, there we go. This morning, a paper delivery for the Eastern Journal was interrupted by a group of masked figures. So we'll get rid of those last two. We'll have Phil write that one. New apartments planned for the Western District. Movie star gets wax figure. This is about a boy, Harold. Yeah, Harold. It's not juicy enough. I don't care that he's getting a wax figure. Who cares? We'll throw that in the denied. We want celebrity gossip. Not his achievements. Something good for the tabloids. Strike started at Romaville Industries. Nice. That's what we want. Workers at Romaville Industries went on strike yesterday due to recent mass layoffs. Power to the people. And, oh, come on, Ann. You can write that. Preparations for the president's birthday. Preparations for the president's birthday have cost 12 million. We'll just call it dollars. We'll talk about the fat cat having a big fat birthday. And you can write that. We'll put the president having a fucking rager on the front page. So we'll go strike, then censorship. There we go. So Southern Docks will put 30, and we'll do like 20 at Western District, and then, alright, I think that looks good. Oh, selling like gangbusters, let's go. Heck yeah, look at that. Is Frank back? Yes, he is. Oh, our favorite movie star. In a minor car accident, he didn't get his license taken away after that DUI. Harold Finn. Our boy keeps getting into trouble. We gotta chronicle our favorite misguided celebrity. We'll have Frank write that. Have some heat taken off him. 10 people reported still missing. Ooh. This will be interesting. Police stay silent about potential kidnapping case. 2 weeks have passed since 10 people were reported missing and still no trace. The victims were all suspected members of a small rebel group. We're gonna publish that one as is. Oh, come on, Phil. Julie will publish it. Multiple industrial giants suspected of having connections to violent gang. Ooh. Recent information from an anonymous source implicates several of Westport's major businesses of affiliating with the Vile Rags. As the city's most infamous criminal gang, the Vile Rags. How infamous can they be with the fucking dog shit name like that? That needs to go to the public. Phil, that's your job. Westport State Prison to accept more prisoners. Plans to double its prisoner capacity. This is made possible due to newly constructed smaller cells. We'll get rid of that middle section. Publish that. I think this gang affiliation is front page news. And we'll talk about the people missing. Then our favorite movie star. And then the prisoners. So, pretty popular in the Western District right now. I guess I probably should be tailoring my news more towards the Southern Docks and Eastern Factories, because that's where we're selling a lot. I guess we still can. We'll do 35 in the Western. Hey, we've got mail. Cool. Most respected editor, the vicious slander your so-called newspaper printed about us being related to violent gangs is repulsive. If you continue to write such garbage, we will be forced to take legal action. Hey, we are just speaking the facts here. Don't come at me, Mr. Man. Stop being so morally reprehensible. And then we won't have to report the facts. Come at me with that slander. One of your employees, Julie, has, for the last weeks, created content for your paper that can only be described as disloyal. Uh-oh. Sorry, Julie. Mercury found in the fish. Fish from the southern docks could kill you. This morning, a shipment of fish from the docks were found to contain a dosage of mercury. Viewed as a potential health hazard, the shipment was confiscated. Medical officials, however, confirmed that the dosage is still below lethal amounts. No, let's scare the people. Don't eat the fish. There you go, Julie. Talk about the fish. Government burns books. What the heck? Yesterday, the Liberty Square lit up as police officers started burning books. The event was a result of months of collecting books from various libraries. The collected books were works supporting anti-government sentiments. Phil, you want to talk about that? Oh, wow, he does. Local factory hires scabs. Local factory hires women workers. Why are they called scabs? The announcement came shortly after a massive strike against the company's dangerous work environments. We'll get rid of those last two things. Frank, you talk about that. Minor measles outbreak. It goes from a minor outbreak to an epidemic. That's so funny. Rosewood Elementary closed today after a number of students were found sick with measles. Ambulances were quickly dispatched and the outbreak is believed to have been contained. So it's not an epidemic at all. The school claims to be an isolated incident and not representative of Rosewood's current hygienic state. We're doing the best our budget can manage. Let's give that to Anne. Let's get this printed. I don't think we talk about the government burning books. Like, that's crazy. Really focus on only 2 issues right now. So we'll do 85 and then 15%. Because these are our target demographics, or target districts right now. Alright, only 5 more weeks left. Oh, we sold a little bit in the northern suburbs. That's interesting, because we didn't put any funding into that. Now the party's super suspicious of us. I wonder what happens if we reach this threshold. Will it be game over? New health study shows benefits of tobacco. Yeah, let's tell the people to smoke. According to a recent study, cigarettes might have interesting effects on the human body. In the study, subjects have displayed a larger tolerance to stress as well as lower blood pressure. Other effects include shortness of breath and possible risk of cancer. People don't need to know that. All they need to know is that they can smoke. Oh, let's give that to Julie and I'll take some heat off her. Oh, favorite movie star. Getting into trouble again. Movie star joins violent rebel riot. Yesterday, Harold Finn, our boy, was arrested during a protest. The actor claims that he was not actually participating in the protest, but merely passing through. Let's give that to Frank. Government slashes budget to militarize police. There we go. Included in these is the right for officers to request military-grade equipment for riot control. So we'll just keep that to... Last night, police shut down a local brothel. According to statements, police have long suspected the location. All patrons have been arrested. Alright, Phil, there you go. Finally found an article he wants to write. Let's talk about the benefits of tobacco. Front page news. Then we'll talk about our boy. Let's talk about the police. Heavy police focus this week. We'll do 55%. Here we'll do about 25%. Yeah, that works. And then we'll do 20% there. Oh! We're selling like gangbusters. Let's go. That's crazy. We sold all the way out there. We filled up the meter. Love to see it. Okay, that was a good week. Didn't get as much suspicion on us. And we gained in popularity. Recently came to our attention that your paper, the Westport Independent, seems to have problems understanding the guidelines provided by the Loyalist government in advance of the introduction of the Public Culture Bill. We assure you that these guidelines are absolute. If your paper continues to neglect them, countermeasures will be taken. Okay, so that means that they will probably shut us down, do something crazy if we keep up our little antics. We're not gonna stop. We're gonna keep riling up the people. 28 people were arrested in protest near Warren Breath Park. This rally was called against the Public Culture Bill. The situation took a violent turn as protesters resisted arrest by arriving. No, we'll leave that part in. Alright, Frank, need you to bite the bullet. New Harold Finn movie shocks public interest. Gotta talk about our boy. And the media again. Lovers of the Southern Skies. The movie is about a pilot who comes under the care of a local girl after crashing his plane outside her town. Biggest criticism is of a bathing scene which suggests nudity. Let's have Julie talk about that. A bombing took place by the Southern Docks last night. Placed inside a small liquor store, the bomb detonated around 11:45 p.m. 3 people were injured and 2 were found dead. Let's get rid of that part. Fast food chain, alright. With restaurants all over the world, the food giant has quickly risen to be the world's largest international food chain. Restaurant in the Westport will open its doors to the public next weekend. We gotta talk about the fast food. We got to. I think that's front page news. Oh yeah. Let's talk about our boy Harold with his erotica bombing by the Southern Docks and then protesting. We'll do 10%. And the North and East. We keep getting suspicion. I feel like we're not doing stuff that's that suspicious. But, oh well. Factory explosion shakes Eastern District. Tragedy struck last night as a local factory exploded in Eastern District. Several were left injured and casualties already number in the hundreds. Police believe otherwise, with suspicions of rebel involvement. I think this would be a good article for Julie. Crazy gunman murders family of 4. Jesus. Tragedy struck yesterday evening as murder occurred in the northern suburbs. A lone perpetrator broke into one of the homes, shooting the resident with a shotgun. God. The killer, who was caught soon after, was former Ronville employee and suspected rebel. What? Frank, this will take heat off you, bro. What's this one? Welster & Son declare bankruptcy, 200 employees lose their jobs. The company has been steadily losing money over the last 5 years before finally shutting down their factories yesterday. What's this one? Broken properties. Industrial areas brutally vandalized. Yep, 4 industrial sites and eastern factories were vandalized over the last month. Talk about the factory explosion. The Welsters lean heavily into crime and industry today. So I think we'll split it, like, try to make it even, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. Not a bad week. We've got mail. Uh-oh. Most uncooperative editor. Nice. It seems that your paper has continued to take a stand against the guidelines. Continued disobedience will be punished. Punishment will also be dealt out to any specific individuals involved, whether they are employees of the paper or not. Please reconsider what is in your best interest. Your threats don't scare me. Police car set on fire. Alright, a police car was set on fire in the old residential area of the Southern Docks. Police have made no arrests, but suspect a local rebel group was involved. Greatly improved medical care? Yeah, let's talk about it. Study claims that the state of local hospitals has improved over the last few months. It states that medical services have improved since the hospital administration fee doubled earlier this spring. New law to improve national security. Today, Parliament brought forward the first draft of the Public Responsibility Act. The law has recently garnered a lot of praise and is believed to improve national security. The act will allow private citizens to report suspected acts of terrorism or treason. Okay. Westport contractors accused of botched construction work. Construction company Westport Contractors has lately faced accusations of botched construction work throughout Westport. When approached for an interview, the company declined. Alright, that's good. Talk about the security law, then the contractors botched work, police car gets set on fire, and government funded studies. So leaning heavily on Southern Docks. Yep, looks good. This can't be good. Because of your impotence and reluctance when taking care of your employees, we've been forced to take your employee Julie into custody. Wow. We strongly recommend you rethink your position in this matter. If you can't handle your workers, you will be forced to act in ways that we guarantee won't be favorable for You or your paper. Wow. So Julie's just gone. They arrested her. Holy shit. So what does that mean? Like, what does that mean for me? I'm just down an editor? First legal casino. Let's talk about it. Today, construction broke ground on the new Aurora Casino in Western Districts. The Aurora will be the first legal casino in the Westport and will bring a lot of new jobs to the city. They don't need to know the background of the casino. It's a casino. Just go gamble your problems away. Man, they keep wanting to attack the cinemas and the theaters. Government to censor and ban improper movies. Yeah, will ensure cinemas only show government-approved content. The government will create a new institution responsible for examining movies. Can we get Frank arrested too? Police officer charged with misconduct. Today, the ongoing trial for a local law officer, Daniel Samuels, concludes with a verdict. He was charged for refusing to follow orders to execute an arrested rebel bomber. She was only 15 years old. Let's publish it as is. Just talk about the censorship, talk about the police, and then the casino. Week 12, it's our last week. '6th of May, 1949. The day of the Public Culture Bill. In the northern suburbs, the Loyalist Party is hosting a small outdoor celebration for the induction of the Public Culture Bill. A big banner with the words "For Propriety in Media" hangs over the small stage set up for the event. So far, the celebration has consisted of a small speech from the president, followed by a local children's choir singing a national anthem. Outside the celebration, Loyalist banners and flags fly high throughout the entire district. It's a symbol of the unified people, with not a single disloyal citizen to be seen throughout the district. By the western districts, the Public Culture Bill has gone by unnoticed. People have gone to work as usual, with no sound from the rebels all day. If anything, the district is showing its loyalist colors more boldly than usual. Multiple stores and restaurants displaying government propaganda in their windows. Despite the lack of action from the rebels, the police are taking no chances and have increased security around the government buildings in the district. However, considering the overwhelming support the loyalists have in the district, the reinforcements seem more like an open threat toward the few defiant. At the eastern factories, almost all industries have shut down by rioters. Shattered windows, cut fences, and vandalized goods can all be seen all over the district. There are also reports of a truck blowing up in the outskirts of the district. The rioters themselves seem to be mostly workers of the district armed with pipes, wrenches, and hammers. A trail of destruction lies in their wake, with messages written in coal and tar left on the dusty brick walls of the factories. From what we know, the police are on their way. What we do not know, however, is how they plan on stopping the rioters. Over by the southern docks, the rebellions have struck hard. Shouts of "workers rise, bring the loyalist demise" echo through the streets. The sidewalks are filled with torn up government propaganda, shattered glass, and the occasional policeman either dead or beaten within an inch of his life. Oh my god. One of their lifeless bodies hangs from the top of a lamppost with the sign "Censor This" dangling from his neck. The streets themselves are packed with protesters and rioters armed with pipes, bats, and broken bottles. At the front, a couple of protesters have tied a sheet with a raised fist painted in red between the two broken broomsticks. As they march on down the streets, the spirit of rebellion continues and spreads throughout the district. While the city is as busy as ever, a small newspaper called the WESTPORT Independent soldiers on. The paper has had its fair share of ups and downs lately, but no matter what hardships it faces, it just keeps on standing. The WESTPORT Independent has also had its fair share of resignations. Recently let go one of its reporters, Frank, a mere week after the passing of the law. The official reason was claimed to be creative differences, but sources claim this was far from a civil exchange. Additional information from the editorial team has been even scarcer in the round of recent police inquiries surrounding the paper. In particular, details of Frank's current whereabouts or his involvement within certain political groups have not been forthcoming. The paper has so far denied any current affiliation with Frank. Some have also not shown themselves quite as comfortable with the new status quo. Another one of the paper's employees, Julie, has recently resigned and is currently on her 6 weeks notice. According to sources at the paper, the decision was seen as somewhat abrupt, but not unexpected. They mentioned stories of late hours at work, the arguments, and of course the constant rewrites. Most clearly, they all remembered the large collection of shredded articles she had dumped on the editor's desk, together with her resignation. To showcase the most satisfactory elements of the paper, one only has to look at one of its journalists, Phil. As a longtime member of the Loyalist Party and proponent of the new bill, Phil has had no trouble adjusting to work under a government union. All the ambivalence shown by the rest of the staff have been balanced out by the sheer amount of glee and loyalty displayed by Phil's work. Thus far, he has already received several commendations from the new management, as well as authored several of the paper's more prevalent pieces. It's a lot of P sounds. It's a relief to finally have some discipline and responsibility around here, he stated when interviewed. Feels like I can finally be proud of my work. Other employees have shown themselves slightly less comfortable with the recent changes. For example, Anne, hard-working mother of one who is now one of the few remaining veterans, left the paper. Like the majority of the Westport's press, the public culture bill has presented some challenges for her. New guidelines, longer hours, little to no time with her family. Regardless, Anne carries on. She shows up for work, performing her job with the same kind of engagement as she always has. It's not perfect, she stated, but at least now we in the press are held responsible for our actions. Alright dudes, that was the Westport Independent. I guess I got what I set out to achieve. I caused some chaos. I didn't think like my actions would have gone that far. Like I really caused some like serious like revolutions. That was crazy. Yeah, I'd be interested to see like how my actions change the outcome in like a different playthrough. I think that would be pretty fun to see. It's free to play on Steam if you all want to check it out too. I love these kind of games where it's like choice based and I can like see how my actions shape the outcome of the game. But I hope you guys liked this video. Leave a like if you did. Consider subscribing too. I love to see the support. It encourages me to keep going. I'm coming out with more gaming content in the future. Stay tuned. Follow me over on X for updates about videos and streams. And follow me over on Twitch. I'm streaming every Wednesday night. I'm still looking for another night to pick up maybe. It's kind of been more sporadic. I'm just kind of streaming when I can, like in between videos. But I'll leave a link down to those in the description. Be sure to check them out. So with that being said, y'all take it easy dudes. I'll catch you next time.